So we can download Tomcat from below link, and after that we can run tar xzcv and tar file name command. So it will extract the tar file. For Java related setting I have already done for the simplicity purpose. So for VM1 we want to do the application server setup. So we will run this and we can click on this link. So it will save the jar file. It will save the tar file. If we will see, it has started downloading and tar file download has completed. Now we will install it. So we need to run below command. It will extract the tar file. If we will see that this has been extracted, we need to do user setting. So we can do that setting from the config file. So if we'll go in Tomcat and we will go in conf folder. So if you will see, there is a file. If we'll go in conf folder and if okay, so we permission is denied. Okay, let me set the permission. Sudo chmod -r777 Apache. Okay, so permission is set. Now we can go and Apache Tomcat folder within their conf folder. So if you will see, there is a file called tomcatuser.xml. So if I will cat that file tomcatuser.xml, so we will see everything is comment. So we need to uncomment this line and I need to set the password. So for simplicity's purpose I will done this, and I have done all the Java related setting. We are currently inside Tomcat and we will start the server. So if we check, we are inside the Tomcat. We will go in bin folder. After that, if we will see the list of files, there is a file called startup.sh. So we will run that file, startup.sh. So it will show Tomcat has started. So if we will see this server IP, so we can do ifconfig. So it will show that IP is 192.168.56.102. Now we will try to access Tomcat on the host operating system as well as VM3. So we are going on host operating system and pasting the URL. So this Tomcat is accessible. Same thing we can try on VM3. So let me log in and we will open the Mozilla browser. So Mozilla is opening. Now we will get this IP and try to access. So here is also web server is accessible. We will deploy application on this web server. I am going to install MySQL on machine 2. So I have connected machine 2 with putty. So if we will go on this and if I will run ipconfig command, so we can see the IP. This is the VM2 and IP is 192.168.56.103. So we are going to connect through putty. So it is connected and I am going to use this command to install MySQL server. Now we have installed MySQL and we can see that MySQL is running. Okay, come on. Okay, so MySQL is running on port 3306 and I have configured it that it should be accessible from the remote system also. So I have commented this address and I have allowed all the privilege to root. So we will try to connect with the tool this database. So if you will see IP of this, so IP is 192.168.56.103. So you can copy from here and that is 103. So this is 103 and we are trying to connect using root. So it is a I am able to connect. So these are default MySQL tables and we can create a new database. So suppose I am creating new database college. So I have created new database college and I want to create one table. So we can create new table. We will take table name student and we can add here column roll number. We can change roll number 1 and allow knowledge false, and default we can set auto increment. So this key will be auto generated and we can consider it as a primary key. Now we can give it name, that would be type of data type of varchar. So So we can select varchar 50 and address varchar 100. So these are allowed null, and we don't want any default value, so we can set it blank. We can set it blank. Now we can save this table. Here we can insert one record also. So we can insert one row. Make address it Mumbai. So the record is inserted, and we can check from the machine also here. So we can go here and we can connect MySQL using root p root. So we can see here show databases. So college, we can use college. Database change, we can show table. So we can say here is a student table, so we can do select star from student. So it will give one record. So we have connected with this database. Now we will connect this database using a web application. We will see network configuration of all the VMs. So we will see setting. Go here on network tab. So I have a NAT and second adapter is first only adapter. Same setting is for all the VMs. If we will go for second VM, so if we will go network NAT and first only adapter. Same setting for third VM also. So if we will go NAT and first only adapter. Now we have seen the network configuration. Now we are going to deploy the web application. Before deployment, I am going to explain what the web application is. After that, I will deploy and we will test it. So I will deploy the application using Java Technologies Servlet and JSP on web server Apache Tomcat. I am going to deploy this in VM1. It will access DB of VM2. We will try to run from VM3 and we will try to run from host system. So I have already developed the application. I will explain what is this application. So it is a JSP servlet based application. I have created index.jsp page, which is a view. There I have given action, and there are two actions, add student and view students. So I have mentioned in index.jsp, and I am using Bootstrap and jQuery for good CSS and better control in JS. So there is one file which is going to add the student. So here we have the form, that is student name and student address, which is the same fields which we have created in database. And there is a submit button, which will the name of submit button is add a student. If we will click on this button after filling the information, it will save the record in database. There is view student page that will fetch data from database and show in data table, Bootstrap data table, which looks very good. So I have included data table also. And why I have used Bootstrap, that this UI would be very much flexible with mobile and other device also. For processing business logic, we are using two servlet. One is student add servlet. So this will basically do insert query and it will store the name and address in database. So I have written a utility, that is MySQL util. From util I am taking the connection. So for connection I am giving the parameter in constant file. So if you will see, this is the driver class name, this is the database connection string. So we are connecting on this server and this port and database name college. So if we will go, this is database name college and this is the IP of VM2, username, password, and we are doing this query. This is the for selection and this is for insertion. This is our model class. So we are taking three information: roll number, name and address. So roll number is auto generated, name and address we will provide. If we will see the fetch logic, so it is taking the connection from database, that is select query, that we are taking from the constant, and we are taking all the records, and we are running in the loop, and we are setting it into a variable, that is students, and after this we are redirecting our request to the viewStudent.jsp. if you will see viewStudent.jsp, so we are using Java tag library, that is Java tag library, that business logic should not be mixed with presentation logic, and it should look like HTML. So C for which we are using, and the variable which we have set, and it will return where will give single value, and we are printing student roll number, name and address, and we are creating data table. So we can first, we will test it locally, then we will deploy this on server. So for testing locally, I have already done local Tomcat setup, and I can run this. So just we need to start this. So Tomcat has been started. We can go on this local page, and from here we can test this. So if we'll go on this, so there are two options, view student and add student. So we can go on view student. So it is showing the one student which I have already added. If I want to add one more student, so I can take one more student, and we can add address. I will click add a student. The student added successfully. If I will click on view student, I will see the student has added successfully. If we will go in database, so if we will go here, so here are two records. So say now we are going to deploy this application on this we are running locally. So we are going to deploy this on server 102. For deploying, I need to export this as a WAR file. So I am going to export this as a WAR file. For exporting this as a WAR file, I need to right click and export and WAR file. I have created the WAR file, that is student.war file, and we are going to deploy it on the remote VM which we have created on VirtualBox. So we are going to deploy this in on 102 8080. So I am opening that Tomcat, and after that I am going in manager application. I want to deploy a WAR file, so I can deploy either from here, or I can go directly on the server and copy and paste in the folder of that. So I am selecting from here, and I have selected student.war, and now I have deployed. So let me select again student.war and let me deploy. So it is deploying, and if I will see the status here, student, and it is running. So if I will click on this link, so it is showing me that application. If I will view the students, so I have two students. I am running this application on host machine. So I have two students, Vivek and Rakesh. Let me add one more student. Student added successfully. We will go and see Ravi Kolkata, and if we will see this database, let me refresh this database. So Ravi has come. So we are successfully able to access this from the host machine. Let me try this on the VM3. So this is my VM3. Let me go here. Let me open the Firefox. My application is open. So I am able to access here. Let me view the student list. So I have 3 students. Let me add one more student. So let me add one more name. Add a student, and let me view here Mahesh. Let me go on my host machine. Here I have 3 students. So let me refresh the page, and Mahesh is coming. So application is running perfectly fine with all the condition. Thank you.